Gerald from Oneupreviewz, and today we got a look at the Nike Air Zoom Type. Before we get into the review, guys, just want to let you know, if you are new to our channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications bell so you never miss any of our latest videos. Let's get into it. So we have here is the Nike Air Zoom Type, and first things first is you recognize this big N354 that's on top of the box, and that is like Nike's prototype. I think it's the DNA. That's what Jacques mentioned in his review of this sneaker. And what that is like the Nike's archive. These guys look at the prototypes and, you know, push it out, test the waters, I guess, when they're ready for production. But what they do, because they're the archives, sorry, is obviously they hold it. They hold all this like stock, all the undeveloped or developing silhouettes that Nike have to offer, and obviously they are there for the archives, or there to look back on when they're, you know, producing a new kind of sneaker, any kind of technologies as well. With all that said, let me get into the specs. So we have the Nike Air Zoom Type in black dark grey canvas, and we've got this in a US 8.5, it's a UK 7.5, and it's a European 42. From what many reviewers have said, what many like critics, I would say, what many customers have kind of viewed this as is like a prototype that went to market, and you can pretty much see it. Let's open it now, and it's right there. Really looks, to me, it looks like it's still in development. It looks like there's still like the little markings of what they're going to do with it, but this really looks like a futuristic looking sneaker. You can see the technology, which I'm going to get into, but like I mentioned, this is really futuristic, like highly innovative, and I'm going to explain to you guys what technologies are in this sneaker. So we'll start with the outsole, and that outsole is covered in a rubber outsole where it is like throwing back to the waffle shape, like a proper waffle shape right there, like an LD waffle right there, or the racers that Nike developed over the years. You have the same rubber tape at the back heel as well, and what's noticeable is these two zoom pods that you can clearly see with it sticking out of the outsole. Moving towards the midsole unit, so as I mentioned, you have the Air Zoom pods right there, that's at the forefoot. And what I want to mention to you guys is how light these sneakers are. I mean, as soon as I got them from the box, I really thought that they didn't send me anything, but there was, I mean, these sneakers were in there and it's just so light, I thought there was nothing. And that's largely to do with the sole unit. I don't want to say this is Phylon, but obviously with this being in development and Nike had this in their N354 archives, I think this was meant to have React. Don't quote me on that, but I feel like this was meant to have like Nike's React technology. I can't really tell what this sole unit is made out of. It feels to me like Phylon, but it's really spongy, it's really light, and all I know that it is man-made. And what I want to mention is that it gives the look of like the Nike Sakai LD waffle that came out. Obviously it's got that chunky look and the double stacked of the midsole units. It looks like it's got two sole units on it. And I can mention here is there's like a plate in between the two like soles, and what that is meant to do, I feel like that's meant to push your forefoot like at an angle so you get a bit of explosiveness, because this was essentially designed for running, but it's more for a lifestyle shoe. I mean, this seems to me, because of the sole size, I think this was the early development, the early prototypes of the Nike Vaporfly, or it's that percentage, it's a really wedge running sneaker that Nike have, and I know there's been so many marathon runners that use that sneaker. What I want to mention is it's been a long time since I've seen a visible Air Zoom unit, and as I've mentioned in like our Air Jordan 12 video and the KD videos that incorporate zoom. I think Air Zoom is really comfy, really spongy, and it's like really responsive. So you got that cushioning that's there on your feet, underneath your feet. If you go along the upper, there's a lot of breathability. Like there's so many perforations in this synthetic upper. It's like Durabuck. I wouldn't say it's real leather or real nubuck, but it feels synthetic to me. We got this in the black colorway and it really hits well. You've got like a synthetic outer here of hexagon like units making a Nike swoosh. What I want to mention about the sole unit is that it's speckled as well. It's really good detailing. It really complements the sneaker as a whole. And if you go along the heel unit, you have not proper pull tab, but like the Nike tab there with the logo. And essentially you got really little padding, but a lot of the padding is going to be at the heel unit. And it's a really thin upper. That's why it's really light. As I mentioned about the perforations, there's a lot of breathability for your feet. And it comes with this tag, and this tag says N354 captures the innovative nature of Nike while creating a place to test ideas. This N354 label collection explores the spectrum of underfoot comfort and sensation. Risk plus stress for the win. So obviously the underfoot has that zoom unit and it is for comfort. And if I'm going by what I know about the Sakai being like double stacked, I know that that sole unit is really comfy, spongy. So what I'm expecting are these sneakers to be the same. As I mentioned in the beginning, that these were meant for lifestyle. I mean, I can totally see just having like walks in it. Personally, I wouldn't run in these, but that's more because of I prefer like a really thin. I want like a thin unit, a thin like midsole unit, just in between, and quite responsive. I really like React. Unfortunately, this doesn't have React, so I won't be using this for running. But I can imagine myself using these for casual walks when I'm out shopping, or as I mentioned, casually walking. And just to round it off, you got a normal lacing system, and at the tongue you have the same tag here. This shoe is based on Zoom Air prototype built at Nike World Headquarters. So as I mentioned, this is a prototype, hence the name, the Nike Air type. And honestly, with all this like technology that's incorporated in this sneaker, the fact that it looks like a really like fashion heavy sneaker, like harking back to the Nike Sakai, I can't wait to try these on, show you guys what it looks like and how it feels. Let's do this. Just want to start off with the sizing, guys. I would say go half a size down to what you usually wear for Nike. I feel like there's a bit of a gap in where the front of my toe should be. I do feel like it's a little loose at the back, but with that all said, I can feel the comfort. This like the back, it just feels really like at the heel area of my foot. Was really spongy. I think that's because of the plate that's in between the two midsole unit. Elevate my feet a bit up, and like I feel like I'm being lifted forward like as soon as I make a step. The Air Zoom pods that are at the front. I can feel it as well, nice cushiony. And yo, this is a really trendy looking sneaker, very fashion forward, you know. Don't wear these out in the rain, the holes will just seep in the drops of water. This is really, really comfy. I've got no beef with this sneaker. I feel like this is perfect for, you know, your walks, your trips to the shops, whatever they may be, whatever you use them for casual wear. Let's give you the 360. Thanks guys for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Follow us at Instagram at Oneupreviewz with a Z at the end. Till next time, peace.